What's going on, guys? This is Martyrs Brigade 99 coming to you once again with another session of Dark Souls PvP. Alright, guys, and we're back at it again, still trying to evolve from man to Superman. Right, and that's a catchy phrase, like. Now, I know I started that with the pyromancy vids, but I think I'm going to take that to be an ongoing catchphrase, and this is why I'll say that. When you first get the game, I mean, you're just a regular player, right? You're still trying to learn the ins and outs. You know, you're still trying to find ways to improve, still trying to find the best offensive and defensive strategies, right? And after a reasonable amount of experience, you go through a process of evolving. Right. In most cases, you may go for the heaviest shields, the heaviest armor, the heaviest weapons. You know, your tactics may be limited to spamming R1s, you know, trying to break people's guard and all. You know, some tactics that I'm pretty much sure that all of us can identify with. But, you know, as you PvP more and as you gain what I would call gameplay maturity, you go through a process of change, right? And this is the process that I would call going from man to Superman, because I think we all want to really become very good PvP players. And I think when looking at the analogy of Superman, that would be a good goal to achieve, to get to the point to where, I mean, you feel like you're just dominating everybody, right? So I think I'm going to start saying that and expressing it in my videos. And evolving from man to Superman. Alright, so we're back at it in the Undead Burg with the Black Knight Great Axe. Just trying to demonstrate some tactics. Hopefully some good tactics. Alright, because as we expressed in video 1, well actually part 1 of the video, a lot of times when you'll see Black Knight Great Axe users, in most cases they are either gankers or backstab fishers, right? But I'm trying to demonstrate that you neither need to gank nor fish for backstabs. There are effective strategies when using this weapon. Alright, so he hit me with the roll BS, and actually I should have expected that. And in most cases, once someone is standing up from a BS, I try not to stand near them, you know, but every now and then I kind of, you know, when you're like, let's say for example, you'll go through 10 players and none of them hit you with the roll BS after standing up, you kind of take for granted, I don't need to, you know, I don't need to worry about this. These guys aren't going to do anything. And in most cases, that's when they'll catch you with it. So this is kind of where complacency can, you know, kind of hit you in the rear end. Okay, excuse the noise. I don't know if you guys hear that. But I'm still out here on a nice Canadian morning. Weather is probably about 75 degrees. Sun is still down. I think it's like 10 o'clock while I'm doing the commentary, so the weather is perfect. So you guys may hear some birds chirping, you know, planes flying overhead, or maybe even some cars. My apologies for it, but I just wanted to enjoy the fresh air. Alright, back to the commentary. So we have a buffer, right, and this is probably one of those examples where arrogance can kind of get you in the tail end. Because even though I know the strength of this buff, I mean, I don't care, right? And I'm probably going to pay for it, because I'm kind of taking for granted the strength of the Black Knight Great Axe, and I'm kind of ignoring the strength of the buff. Well, and Wrath of Gods, obviously, that he keeps hitting me with. Nice gut punch. Alright, we're back at it. 56 humanity. We're looking good, especially when you see that we started off at 30. I think it was 30 from the first part of the vid. Alright. Let's see. Why am I not surprised? We have a family mask. I hate those things. They are just so ugly. Alright. So he's trying to hit me with the poison. Okay, so I guess he's a status effects build. But I'm surprised, I mean, to the extent that he is trying to hit the status effects type deal, I'm surprised he didn't have a poison mist and a toxic mist. I'm kind of surprised at that. That's actually a good combination. Because it's bad enough that the poison will hit you with the draining vitality. But the toxic, and actually, the toxic alone is bad enough, but coupled with the toxic makes it even more dangerous. Okay, he was going for a BS there. Alright. So as you guys can see, I'm trying to take advantage of the length of my weapon with regard to this person. Right? Because if I allow them to get in especially close, I, in most cases, will fall victim to a parry, and I don't want to do that. So if you'll notice, if you're kind of looking at, paying close attention to my swings, you'll notice that I'm really trying to hit them I'm trying to hit them with as far as the distance as I can. Right, because it's more difficult to parry the further out that you are from the weapon. Alright, there's an airplane overhead. Alright, so we're back at it. Well, actually, let me take a quick break. Got a little moped going. Alright. Now he's swimming with the fishes. So I'm hitting the Grave Lord. I was kind of experimenting with it, and you know, I really don't like the Grave Lord. It kind of sucks. I mean, I kind of sat here for a while with the Grave Lord, and I really didn't get that many invasions. It's just kind of slow. I mean, even in the Berg, it was kind of slow. I mean, it seemed like I got more Dark Spirit invasions than I did with the Spirit of Vengeance invasions. And speaking of the Grave Lord, and actually I knew he was going to try that parry there because he kind of stood fast through my swings. But speaking of the Grave Lord, now, when the game first came out, I was under the impression that not only did the Grave Lord infestation produce red phantoms, but I was under the impression that to the extent that the persons whose world was infected died, that you would also get their souls. And I don't know, maybe I may have read that wrong, but I could have swore in the very beginning of this game's release that was the reward benefit of being a Grave Lord servant. Now, obviously that doesn't happen. Right? But that would have been a great incentive to Grave Lord. I mean, especially for those guys who, you know, find a hard time trying to level up. I mean, just think about it. Not only do you get tons of invasions, but you also get to get the souls of the people who die in the worlds that are infected. That would be great. I mean, to the extent that that was the original purpose, let's just hope that when the expansion comes out, you know, the Prepare to Die edition comes out, that they will go ahead and improve that Grave Lord servant covenant. I mean, because of Eyes of Death, I mean, is that really an incentive to be a Grave Lord? Not in my opinion. It's not even that deep. Because the only thing that that thing does is get you more Eyes of Deaths. But that's not really an incentive. Who needs that? Right? Who needs more Eyes of Deaths when you can earn souls and humanity with the Dark Wraith? I mean, even when you look at the Dark Moon Blade Covenant, there's more of incentive there because at least you get to have a stronger buff. Right? But with the Grave Lord Servant, there's really no incentive. Alright. So Enraged Wolf 21 has invaded. So I see this guy's trying to pick me off with the rapier, and it's annoying. Right, and I'm not speaking anything about the person, but I mean, just those little hits and seeing that he's doing a good job of avoiding is annoying. I think I'm going to get ticked off soon, yeah. It's a demonstration of my impatience. But he knows what he's faced against, so he's doing a good tactic. One that didn't work for too long. Right. Alright, so let's see, what do we have here? A Murakumo user with a family mask. So let's see what this guy is going to do. Okay, so he's going to try to parry, so I'm going to hit him with the counter parry method, if you guys noticed it. And he made a mistake of trying to parry one too many times. Right, and you can't do that, right? Parry once and then move on if it's not successful. But don't sit there and spam the parry button, because I'll just, well, not only me, but players like me will just circle you and hit you with the BS. Alright, so let's see. Alright, he's doing a good job at hitting the constant flip. Now, speaking of constant flips, you guys will notice, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I also have the Darkwood Grain Ring. Right? But even if you scroll back to part 1 of this vid, you will notice that I am not doing a lot of flipping. Right? You guys will see that there is not a lot of flipping going on. Mainly because, why do I need to flip? Right? Do I really need to do a lot of flipping? No. Now, do I flip? Of course I do. But will I do a lot of flipping? No. I don't need to. The main reason why I have the Darkwood Grain Ring with this particular character is because of the speed. Not only do you get the speed with the flip, but you also get faster mobility, it seems. Right? And with such heavy weapons, you kind of need the fast movement. Right? May it be the running, or may it be with the circling from the clockwise or counterclockwise position. Alright. Now, my intent during this PvP session was actually to experiment with the Black Knight weapons. But, you know, in that experimentation, the only one that I seemed to be good at was a Black Knight Great Axe, right? I have never used an Ultra Great Sword. This is probably, I mean, I could probably count on one hand and still have fingers left how many times I've used Ultra Great Swords. They just suck to me. You know, I hear a lot of guys say, you know, they're good with the dead angle attacks, they're good with the stunning and all that other stuff, but I don't know. Some weapons are just not for me. You know, I tried this one. I also tried the Black Knight Greatsword, which sucks at level 120. Because even with 40 strength, the damage that it inflicts sucks, relatively speaking. Right? You could get a 40-40 Bastard Sword, or a Claymore, or just a 40 strength Man-Eater, and you'll be doing way more damage than the Black Knight Greatsword. So it's just a waste of a weapon. Alright, he's doing a good job at being evasive. PR Wolf 1212 has invaded.
Thanks, man.
You too. Have a good morning. Alright, sorry about that, guy. Shout out to my paper boy. Alright, we're back at it. So we have a katana user. Now with these katana users, you can expect them to try to hit you with that roll slash type of attack. And when they do that, that's the best opportunity to hit them with the Black Knight Great Axe. Because I think they take their speed for granted and think, you know, they're just going to kind of whiz by you. But no, Chief. Well, that was a nice parry. And actually, my goose just might be cooked. Well, actually, it is going to be cooked. This guy not only has the high-speed katana going on, but he also has a spear, which will definitely give him the reach advantage over me. Nice. And even though I hit him with it, he still got me with the gut punch. Okay, that's cool. Alright, raw meat. Okay, whatever that means. Alright, we have another katana user paired with Fury Sword. Okay, and he's making a mistake in trying to parry me. No, dude. And he made the mistake of spamming that parry attack. Because after you see that once and miss, who's going to sit here and keep swinging? Alright? Well, I won't, for sure. And actually, I can't really say that, because obviously if he's sitting there and spamming it, it must be people who fall victim to it. Right? Intentionally and sometimes unintentionally. Because sometimes you just get to hitting that attack button and you're not really conscious that you're spamming. Alright, PR Wolf 212 again. So we need to get rid of this Murakumo dude. Yeah, back off, dude. Go back to the forest. Alright. So this is the guy with the high speed katana spear combinations. Let's see, can I get my give backs? Alright, that's a nice 500 damage. Well, 1020 damage. Another nice parry, even if it happened on me. And see, this is where I'll get into trouble, because that spear definitely has a reach advantage over my Black Knight Great Axe. Excuse that noise. I don't know if you guys hear that airplane overhead. Matter of fact, I don't think it's a good idea to do these commentaries outside, even though the weather is nice. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind for next time. Alright, so he's picking my HP away with that high-speed spear. Nice. Barely got that win. Alright. Let's see what this guy's got going on. Okay, is this guy a griefer? Is he trying to be funny? This guy's trying to fight with two shields. Whatever, dude. No matter what your intent, my job is to kill you anyway. Oh, no, he's not. There was another guy that I fought, and he was kind of carrying the two shields. Oh, it is him. Okay, yeah, I was right. Okay, dude. Guess he's trying to demonstrate his skills with the two shields. Get off it, dude. I'm not going to fall for it. If you guys notice, I'm throwing those kicks out. Alright, try to maintain the distance on those swings. Alright, so he finally pulled out his weapon. But not early enough. Punch Ninja. Shout out to good old Fruit Punch. He's one of those guys who are on the forums, and he's a subscriber. Shout out to him. Alright, and I guess he wants to go toe-to-toe with a Black Knight Great Axe. Okay, fair enough. Ouch. Now, he's making the mistake of spamming the R1. Now, he did that once when he noticed that he hit me. Now, that's a tactic that I don't use for that particular reason. That weapon is super easy to parry. And this is why I rather just... I mean, because if you guys have been noticing in the vids, one two-handed swing will inflict around 5... And see, I got hit with that BS because I got locked onto the wrong character. I hate when that happens. And sometimes that happens to me in fight clubs, you know. Sometimes I'll be in fight clubs and the host will be standing too close. And for some reason, my reticle will target off of the intended target. And I'll end up taking a hit or sometimes even getting backstabbed or killed. But as I was saying, if you guys notice, one two-handed attack with the Black Knight Great Axe will inflict around 500 damage. Right? So do I really need to spam the R1? No. And this is why he got caught with the parry. He should have just took his licks, time at, you know, one lick each, and eventually he would have drained my HP, because actually I only have 1800 or a little over 1800. I think with this particular build I have somewhere between 50 and 55 vitality. Alright, so all you guys interested in using a Black Knight Great Axe, you cannot spam the R1. Now, in this case I can, and you want to know why? This player doesn't have a shield. Right, so could I spam the R1 with this? Of course I could. Could I try to risk it and spam it with a great sword user? Great shield user? Of course I could. But not with a guy holding a shield, especially when he doesn't have the shield on his back. Alright, so Enraged Wolf is back. I think I beat him a few times in the past, so let's see what he's got to bring to the table. Good old Murakumo user. Okay, look like he's trying to hit me with a backstab. Okay, so he's got the pyro this time, but little does he know that the Black Knight armor set is highly resistant to fire. Right, so even though I will take damage, it won't do that much damage. Right, because for you guys who are familiar with the lore, the reason why their armor is black is because they got torched, right, with the flames. And they became resistant to the flames. Right, so the Black Knight armor set is a good defense strategy when you're faced against a pyromancer. Alright, so we're back at it. And we have another Black Knight Great Axe user. Now, this is where I'll pull out, as you guys can see, my high-speed Black Knight Great Sword. And you guys will notice the damage sucks. Absolutely sucks. And it has nothing to do with the armor, because I've used a Man-Eater sword with similar armor sets and still get a lot of damage inflicted. You guys would notice. Let's see. Let me get one of these clean hits. And that's even two-handed. You see that? 341? That sucks. Right? So I would say that maybe the Black Knight Greatsword is a good option in the early levels, you know, because I know that's what I used to use a lot of times. I used to just take my strength and dexterity to 20 and 18. And this is when I used to PvP at levels, I don't know, like maybe 30 or so. And at level 30, the Black Knight Great Axe, Black Knight Greatest Sword is a good option. But not at 120, because you guys saw for yourself that, I mean, the damage pretty much sucks. Alright, so here we are with Black Knight Halberd. Another weapon that I never used. I mean, I think it's pretty good in PvE, but PvP, nah. Okay, so this guy's trying to hit me with the backstab, if you know. Okay, well, that's a parry attempt. Okay, just what I thought. A hornet ring. And I figured he would do that because he was pretty desperate with those lock BS attempts and with the parry attempts. And I guess he got kind of ticked off because I beat him a few times in the past. Right, so he said to himself, okay, I know I'm going to fix this dude. But it comes with the territory. Alright. Come on, dude, let's see some spamming attacks. Excuse that airplane. I don't think I should be doing commentaries on her front porch anymore. Alright, so he's kind of chopping away at me, and he's doing a pretty good job at it. Right, because if you notice, he's not really doing any, well, spoke a little too soon. And this is why I say spamming attacks should be avoided at all costs, especially when you're using this weapon. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoy the two-part series featuring the Black Knight Great Axe. It was definitely a change of pace for me. Stand by for the next vids. Thanks again to all my subscribers. You guys are the best. Martyrs Brigade is